Let's have a little bit of nostalgic fun right now. A story can build knowledge, friendship, a sense of community, and truly inspire. And CNA believes in sharing stories that celebrate our unity as a nation. It rings true. So for South Africans, fashion blogger Amanda Cousteau, learner Zanele Bazana, artist Sasha Stalenio, and author and entrepreneur, we know him well, DJ Sabu, have been telling their stories on how CNA inspired them. So this morning we thought we would delve into some of our stories, and it was so weird for me to have a story.
I was like, have a story,
I was like, oh my word, I've actually got like a real story. But you delved right in there, bro.
Yeah,
I could see like
mine
you
is,
were like,
it's all here between these pages. I remember like a time of year when mom or granddad or grandma would take me to CNA to get my inventory. Yeah, with the list, of course, exactly. Remember the list that you get from the school that has every single book and how much, exactly. Yeah. And then we'd come back home with the entire inventory and you'd have these brown sheets. What do you even call these? And then we'd use
wrapping paper.
Wrapping paper.
A Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it looks like.
And then I'd have to then sit and wrap my books ready for the year.
Can you still do it?
Try to get
I hope I still can.
Can you do it as well?
Oh no, if it's a matter of speed, so let's try and see if we can do it very quickly.
Because the thing is, you never only had one book. There was like 10 books that needed to be cut.
And then, of course,
the first one would look like smart, sharp. The last one, not so
and then,
much.
of course, this would be like what would signal the start of the schooling year, and you'd have to do a good job because. More often than not, those books would have to last you the entire year.
Yeah,
right?
man.
So you got to do it right the first time round.
And if you made a mistake, you'd relive that mistake every time.
Every day.
You went into maths or English. Or...
I don't want to be, negative here, but I don't know if you did that the right way, brother.
You know that guy.
What do you mean, bro?
You've forgotten. I know that you're old and you've been out of the school for a while. No, let's see how this unfolds.
Out of the school.
Let's see how it unfolds.
Okay, hold on. I just need to get my... Oh, there we go. Okay, cool.
Graham, what's your screen then?
Okay, so you can see the sporting mags there. The funny thing is, I used to, when I was young, my mom was working in Fox Street in town, and I would have to go, I went for about 4 years, I was going to the Wits Dental School to have braces adjusted, and it was like such an awful experience. But then, of course, I'd have to wait for my mom to finish work, to come out. And the only thing for me to do in that part of town, there was just this, thank goodness, this corner store, the CNA, that it became our like daycare center on those days. And I would go in there, and it would either be a National Geographic, I would get to, that's where like my entire crazy knowledge would come from, or I'd sit and just read through sports mags. Of course, we've got now like 50, but back then it was probably just one. And I would just read it from cover to cover.
Dude,
it's looking good, man.
I used to annoy the staff at CNA in Potch so much, because just like you, I'd go to the CNA afterwards and then read all my favorite magazines.
Like
and then
like Mad Magazine. I'd go in there. Like,
excuse me, sir. It's not a library. Sorry.
I think they just gave up on me, man. Yeah.
My story, I mean, is different to yours. I didn't use the CNA as a daycare center or aftercare center. But this book here used to be my favorite book. You guys, I'm sure you've seen this book.
Yeah, of course.
Book here. So what I used to do is I used to write song lyrics of all my favorite R&B hits.
Oh,
Brandy, Monica, you name it. Aaliyah. Man, all of that.
Did you doodle next to it?
No, I used to just like write neatly all the song lyrics of my favorite songs.
To remember them, to sing them?
Well, to remember them, to sing them. So during break time, we'd go through them and just like sing the songs. But the book had dual purpose because the one side, the first half of it, which is the front part, would always be filled with like important school stuff. And then the back would be all the song lyrics. And then sometimes the teacher would find the song lyrics and I'd be in trouble for it. But
did you do the writing of these song lyrics during school or before?
During, when I'm bored.
Yeah. Not in class, though.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
And then you'd always be like that kid on the school playground who knows all the lyrics to all the songs.
That's me.
How's it going, dude?
I tell you what, so other than it having... So I don't know what Ewan's talking about, it being correct, so... Obviously, you then have your tape there.
But then you've got to do it like this. You've got to take it out before class.
Yeah. Oh, and then, of course...
The plastic cover.
The plastic cover comes on afterwards, but this was always the pièce de résistance, where you have to kind of like line it out, because it's got to be like in the center. In the middle. But then like, that's how you could give like your book's character, because some of them you'd go top right, top left,
Trust me,
wherever.
even if I was trying to make mine uniform, they would all be different.
You know
So
what?
yeah, man, these are the good old days.
For me, it's that iconic smell when you walk in. You know, that signals
CNA
the
smell.
start of a brand new school year. Stationery. Stationery was always for me the fun thing to buy. You know, because I'm not an artist or anything like that, but I loved having pencils, the stencils, and these kind of things. I once bought a calculator, which was probably the best thing that I've ever bought as a child. And then this space case, guys. The space case was absolutely the one thing that I love because you could decorate it, you could put stickers on there, you can personalize it, and all of these things. This is what really got me excited going ahead into a brand new school year. But it really is that smell that when you walk in there, still today, when you walk in, it takes you back.
It
to
inspires
your
you.
school years,
Yeah,
man.
I think for me it's so funny. If I think back now, that probably helped to shape the kind of person that I was, building this kind of general knowledge, the love of information, the love of sport, undoubtedly, and the heroes that were being born in the kind of infancy of South African sports as well, that inspired that Springbok jersey, inspired that Protea badge. Absolutely love it, man. So
I think for
it's
me,
weird.
as I'm writing this and I'm remembering like labeling my books, it's given me like a sense of pride. You know what I mean? Because this was the start of the school year. You'd cover these books with so much pride because you'd want them to represent who you are.
Yeah.
So when you go into class and you execute your work, you want to do it with pride.
Yeah.
So with everything that I do, it's like that. you
Yeah.
know, in a small amount. I'm trying to write with my
So
left
you've
hand.
carried it through.
I'm trying to write with my left hand so that
I was about to say, dude,
No,
you look dyslexic. I'm so sorry, but you might have
No, to make
identified this
to make
earlier
it look
in
like
your
I'm
school
still
career.
in grade 1. You know what I mean?
For me, I mean, while everyone's sharing their story, for me, it's definitely the writing flair and the creative flair that's come through from writing all those song lyrics. Because half the time I made up the lyrics because I didn't know exactly what it is that they were saying. And now to be able to do that in the work that I do in advertising and PR, it comes from that. It must come from writing all those
Exactly.
songs
Well,
and rewriting them.
You know, clearly there's so many fond memories out there, and we want to know some of your fond memories as well. Do you have an inspirational story that you could maybe share, a memory with CNA that inspired you to be where you are today as well? And we're looking for authentic and heartwarming stories. So basically what you need to do is share your story on the CNA Facebook page using that hashtag CNA What's Your Story, and you can stand a chance to win your share of 50,000 Rand. Remember, T's and C's do apply, and you can log on to cna.co.za to get all those details as well. So, but first and foremost, I mean, go log on to the CNA Facebook page right now, and you could win your share of 50,000 Rand.
I'm just being authentic. I'm just keeping my story as authentic as possible. This, I think, is what my handwriting looked like in grade 1.
Yeah, the problem is then it gets mixed in
something
with
like
other children's books, and then it's lost
And
forever.
then-
Because it's then lost and found.
And then you go home, you're like, Mom, I lost my books. What? You lost it?
Too sweet.